Hey everyone, how you doing? This is a long overdue update for the Super Cruise. Joanne and Kevin Kelly, Joanne Chickatino and Kevin Kelly with Cruises Etc. and the Super Cruise. And hey gang, we're gonna give you an update. A lot has been going on. You've been seeing some notices in your inbox. We have a lot of questions with what's going on with COVID requirements, the ship and everything else. But before we get into the requirements and some of the things that have been flooding your inbox regarding the Super Cruise, let's talk about the ship. We were on the ship. I was on the first sailing. Joanne was on a couple weeks later, so we were on two different sailings. And hey, I'm disappearing there. I'm back here. Here I am. And there she is right there. That's a picture I took right in San Juan. But
I have the same picture.
This ship, yeah, this ship is like no other Super Cruise ship we've ever been on. This is you won't even know that you're on a Carnival ship. If you don't see a Carnival logo, it is absolutely amazing, from the entertainment to the staterooms to everything on board the ship, all the public areas. It is, one area after another. It's really, really remarkable. What did you find most remarkable about it?
Well, the difference in what you're used to. And, I went on with the idea that I'm going to look at this from a Super Cruiser standpoint. What is the repeat Carnival guest going to see that's different? And listen, we know what the promenade deck looks like. We know how to find the casino. We know where the bars are. We know where this particular restaurant is. We know how to go stake our towels out first thing in the morning. You will have to use the map of the ship that you get, because it is so different. The layout, not like anything you've ever seen. Well, first off, the deck numbers are not like anything we've ever seen on Carnival. So your old deck 5 promenade is now deck 8. And it just does not run from the front of the ship to the back with all the familiars. Right. It's so completely different. I mean, we could talk for days about how phenomenal this ship is. Whoever designed it, they get big marks.
Somebody had a notebook over the years of all the positive things that go into cruising. And you know what? This is a cruise ship. Wide hallways, high ceilings.
Exactly.
And the ocean comes in because there's windows everywhere out to the ocean, and the wraparound promenade where there's bars and lounges actually out on the water. You can dine on the water now. So instead of it being an interior big promenade, like you're in a mall, everything has been taken, much of it has been taken to the outside. Really, I mean, it's spectacular.
It's going to boggle your mind. You're really going to say, I can't believe this is a Carnival ship. It's so uncarnival.
But it's a Carnival ship when you get on board. The staff is just thrilled to see you. These people are happy to have us back. And it's just a fantastic way to vacation again and getting back at it. And gosh, our sailing, the food, the entertainment, it was just, I can't wait. I can't wait till everybody sees what I got to witness on board. From the time you walk in, you'd get on the old, not old, because they still have all the ships are out there, but you'd walk into the grand atrium. There'd be a lounge there, and the elevators would be going up and down. No more. This is a room like you've never seen before, and it's the hub of the ship, and it goes within 3 levels, and it works its way out from there, where these LED screens go up the entire 3 stories and create backgrounds. When the band's playing, they may have like a beach scene, like they're playing on the beach, and you swear that's the water crashing in behind them. They played Deal or No Deal. Family Feud right on this stage. So that's a hub and entertainment every evening going on.
Top notch.
And as you go through the ship, like you said, there's areas, and you may need your map, because it does take you a little while to figure it out. But it's so much fun, because you go here and you go into the French Quarter, and you go to the Brass Magnolia, 2 stories high with these horn lights and everything else that goes on there. And then you go into the different restaurants and lounges. A couple new restaurants on board here was you go into the seafood restaurant. Rudy's Seafood, which everybody calls it a favorite. Either if you're a meat lover, you love the steakhouse. If you're a seafood lover, you love Rudy's.
That steakhouse?
It's always great, but it's completely redone.
It is. And if you do make a reservation for the Fahrenheit 555, you go early, because they have this really large horseshoe-shaped bar right out in front.
Yep.
So you're right on a promenade where you can people watch and sit back. The bartender there is pretty awesome. And if they don't have a drink on the menu you like, we'll just whip one up for you.
Yeah.
And inside, of course, what you've come to expect, the typical high-end service, high-end food, usually hands down what everyone's favorite if they're obviously a carnivore. But the other new ones, you have the Emerald's Bistro, which obviously New Orleans themed, small upcharges, but very modest for what you're getting.
Oh, yes.
That whole Italian, of course, the Italian area. So you have that, you
La
feel like you're on
Piazza.
an Italian street scene. You have my new favorite bar, second to Alchemy, would be Bar Della Rosa. And you can get all your great cordials and aperitifs and of course coffee.
And that's indoor.
That's indoor.
Or right next to it is the outdoor.
Outdoor.
You can walk right outdoor, and they have a complete sitting area, the bar and everything out
And
there.
Cucina del Capitano, enormous, the
Yes.
largest representation of this restaurant out there. As you continue down that road, and the Vespa that everybody wants to take a picture of is stationed right outside the pizzeria. And the place that you told me to check out, taking the place of the New York style deli, is more like an Italian panini
Right.
restaurant. Well, restaurants take it away. And
But
you
it's
can
all your
eat in all
favorites, the
table-
Rubens
yeah.
and all that type of stuff in a panini style sandwich.
Mhm.
So that's great. All the food. Guy Fieri's is on the back.
Oh,
Summer
is he a
Landing.
billionaire yet?
I don't
He
know.
better be.
The Summer Landing, Guy's Burgers there. Summer Landing is in the back with the brewery back
Mhm.
there.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner served back there.
Yeah, we got
No upcharge.
Shaq's new seafood. So you're probably
No,
saying,
he's
why
chicken.
chicken? I'm sorry, chicken. But you're saying, why don't you guys show us a bunch of these pictures right now and walk us through the ship? I'll tell you the reason I didn't do it. You can go on YouTube, and there's like 1,000 bloggers right now that have gone through this ship and taken pictures and videos and staged it. And you know, they're all over. So you can, and we'll share these links on our
But people
pages
are
as
going to
well.
think we're obsessed with eating and food.
Yeah,
How about the outside of this ship?
yeah.
What's going on entertainment out of doors?
Outdoors, yeah, outdoors, all over. Entertainment outdoors. They had the Calypso band back at the pool. And speaking of the pool, how many times do we, have people that want to get up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning,
My
get their
brother-
get their favorite chairs? We're sailing at reduced capacity, and then we're going to sail at reduced capacity for the Super Cruise. So I'll share some pictures on our website. I'll update it. I shared some of these pictures already on Facebook. I'll update those as well. But acres of deck chairs. The ship is designed for full capacity for everybody to find a chair.
Yeah.
Now,
If you can't find a chair, that's on you,
well,
not
I
on
mean,
them.
there's a whole sections of empty chairs because we're sailing at a 30% reduced capacity, which creates enormous deck chairs. And then even in the area up front, which is one of your favorite areas and Donna's
Serenity,
favorite areas, up in Serenity, big cushions on the chair, the big salad bar going on up there and all of that. It's really fantastic.
Yeah. So Serenity has the multiple hot tubs, which are larger than they usually are.
Yep.
They have their own dedicated pool up there, which was really special. But again, tons and tons of, we call them pods. They're the circular chairs with the
Yeah.
high backs. Not too many hammocks like the other ships, but lots of those day beds, which are real popular now in some of the beach resorts. But tons and tons of space and such a great atmosphere. But even an alternative to that for the people that don't want the high energy at the pool. How about when you go at the end of Summer Landing, after you've passed, you have that whole infinity pool back there,
Yep.
lots of furniture to sit on and relax, but no music, no, things going on, no children. It's not an area that would attract kids.
Yeah, it's
Just
just a
beautiful.
chill area with a lot of great furniture
And the view.
and the view. It's remarkable. It's like a ship like no other. But before we get to that ship, people have a lot of questions and they want to know about what are the requirements, what's going on, what do we know? So we want to give you an up-to-date information because we're going to be collecting final payment for everyone to get on board. And we just want to bring you up to date what's going on. The most current item, Joanne,
the
is
scary one, right?
Yeah, everybody got a lot of people got a notice within 48 hours to contact Carnival Cruise Lines to let them know what their vaccine status is.
Right. So yes,
I'll let you cover that.
if Carnival had an email for you from past trips, you will have received what they call an attestation verification.
Right.
And what that means is you'd have to follow the link and it takes you right to your personal carnival.com page that you would normally go to manage your booking, do your shore excursions, do your registration, et cetera, et cetera. This little link will take you there. You just click on it. In a drop-down list, you select your name and you select your vaccination status. Once it's done, boom, you hit send, you are done. The email, of course, is generic in nature, and it did say if you didn't comply within 48 hours, you risk being canceled. We want to assure you that even if you don't do that right now, your booking will not auto cancel because of our status with the group. The large group team has our cabins protected. They will not auto cancel. So please do it regardless.
But if you didn't receive that email, don't worry about looking for it.
Yeah, don't worry.
It'll be included with your final invoice where you'll have your confirmation number as well. So you're going to get that information. So don't rush around looking for it right now. If you receive the email, you want to do it, fine. If not, you can go down the road. Okay. So let's go to the next
So
point.
we did use the V word, so we guess we should talk about it.
Right. So Carnival is going to go to, after the first of the year, they're going to go to vaccinated sailing. So all adults on board will be vaccinated to sail on.
Well, let's elaborate.
Okay.
They're not really changing because right now there is a requirement that you are vaccinated. However, it was hovering 95 to 98%, including crew.
Yeah.
So that meant that all of the guests had to be vaccinated, with very few exceptions made to that rule, or the exemption. You probably heard that word. And that exemption was primarily given to families with children under 12 who weren't eligible for the vaccine. So come the first of the year, so for now, for January and February, the vaccination status will still exist, but there will not be any consideration for an exemption, because they are really, and we say they, and it's not just Carnival, it's the other cruise lines too. They are doing everything in their power to make sure that the CDC has no reason to tell them to halt sailings again. Right. So the only way to ensure that we get ahead of the curve or flatten the curve, get ahead of the spike, the variants, whatever we've been doing.
They're going along just to make sure that they can continue to have successful sailings.
Right.
Because they're sailing right now, week in and week out, without a problem.
And they're the cleanest thing you ever want to be on.
I mean, this is a brand new ship that's still going to be brand new when we get on board, because there is cleaning, sanitizing going on 24/7, but it's not uncomfortable. And we're going to get a statement from Chris Schutz over at Carnival Cruise Lines to that effect, how over the top the comment cards have been, how satisfied people have been cruising.
Did you fill out your comment card?
Yes, no.
Well, yeah, I did. I
did. I kind of verbalized mine to Carnival and stating, I'll be honest with you, I've been on several other cruise lines. I was even on another cruise line recently. This is my favorite ship on the planet. I absolutely love it. It's something else. It's Carnival, and it's fantastic. And it's a great vacation. So we go with that. So we're going to have vaccines. You'll have to get tested 42 or 24 hours, 48 hours prior to going. You're going to be able to use an antigen test. And right now, one of those tests, you can pick them up at Walmart.
I got mine at Walmart.
Yeah, two tests for $14. So you're going to be able to get a couple tests. I don't know, I keep disappearing there. 2 tests for $14. So you will have to supply an antigen test, and it's a do-it-yourself test prior to sailing.
Or you could go get a traditional PCR, which many people might be familiar with.
Yeah, if you want to do that. Exactly.
And they'll check you, they'll test that. They'll look for that test result rather at check-in. So when you're boarding the ship, you show your vaccine card, you show your negative test, you're good to go, and lickety split, you're on board. And like anything, they'll keep you updated on that, and we'll make sure after the first of the year that they'll let you know how these the testing requirements go. But right now, that's what they're going to do, and it's going to stay that way through January and February, and that's what it is. Also, a lot of questions around face masks. So face masks on board the ship. And I sailed on Carnival, and when I sailed, there was no face mask requirement. There's still really, it's strongly encouraged, but there is requirements. So their statement right off of Carnival is, we strongly encourage all guests to wear face masks in all indoor public areas, particularly guests that are unvaccinated. Well, that line's got to come out as of January 1st, and except when eating or drinking. So they strongly encourage all guests. When you go into adult areas, the masks all seem to go away. And the other cruise lines that are using fully vaccinated guests, they've done away with the mask. We feel that this is where we feel that, well, where are you going?
I don't know where it keeps going away. But we feel that this is where Carnival is going with this, because that's the way the other cruise lines are going. We're fully vaccinated. What's the sense in a mask? I agree. Right now, they have children on board that are unvaccinated, and they've been making allowances for unvaccinated guests. As of January, they're going to do away with that. So trust me when we tell you, Carnival does not want any part of policing masks. They don't want to deal with masks in general. They want you to have a fantastic vacation. The last one, when I went on, we had to wear a mask. We requested to wear a mask, and I don't know where I'm going here.
Get back.
I just keep disappearing. But we're requested to wear a mask and requested to wear a mask in the elevator and going to our room. But in the casino, any of the lounges, anywhere we were at, no mask was worn. No mask was worn when we were dining and that type of thing. So
stay still.
Well, I have to move when I talk. So that's what the mask requirements are right now. It's strongly encouraged at all guests, and you must wear a mask though while embarking and disembarking the ship. So when you get on board and you get off the ship, you're required. As for the ports, what they do is whatever is required at the port. So we're going to Mexico, Mahogany Bay. Just talked to Justin. He got back from Mahogany Bay. Masks were not required. Everybody's on the open air. Everybody's down at the beach. The same with Cozumel. Everybody's at the beach areas and that type of thing. So masks were required in some areas in some of the stores and stuff like that. Masks were required. But of course, it has to do with what's going on at that port.
It's constantly evolving. I mean, we're talking now because that's the information we know now. Anything that changes, we hope it's going to be for the positive.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to see the masking disappear.
Right.
And if we stay on the course that we are, there's great thoughts that will happen.
Yeah. I mean, right now, vaccinated guests on board, even today, when through this month, the requirements are a little more stringent that they're going to be when we go on board. But there's no physical distancing requirements or social distancing requirements. None of that's going on right now, and it's right in there. Yeah, I don't know. So, so I guess I'm getting too close. So it's guests are not required to maintain physical distancing aboard ships. It says vaccinated guests right now, which that'll stay in effect. So a lot of worries out there, but those who have sailed, you can go on any Facebook pages that. There's a Mardi Gras Facebook page out there. I can't tell you how many people on there. It's a big trend that everybody talks about how they were afraid to go or they thought they didn't want to go because of maybe they're going to have to wear this mask all the time. And everybody's saying what a great vacation they had. And they're glad that they went and
how are we doing on time? We don't want to go over.
Yeah. So anyways, so that's the updates on that. We also have people questioning, well, what if I take one of these PCR tests and I'm positive for COVID prior, and I have the insurance? Will the insurance cover it? Yes, the insurance covered it. That would be a medical claim on the insurance. So over at our site, you can sign up for the group travel insurance. And when you do it, if you don't want to sign up for the entire and cover your entire trip or cover the entire cost of your trip, if you just want to go for the minimal dollar amount, $0 to $500, and buy the minimal package just to cover that dollar amount, you can do that. You can cover the entire trip, but that will cover the insurance will cover any cancellation due to a positive test.
Because right now,
that's a medical.
Here's why he's saying that one. If you tested positive and you're going to be denied boarding, Carnival will take your funds and roll them over for the future. So your financial investment is protected with the cruise. Why he's saying you can underinsure for the lowest amount would be to get all of the medical protection and the other coverage without necessarily having a cancellation refund of your cruise value, because Carnival is going to keep it for you. An insurance company will not give you a refund on something that you have reusable value for. And I know that's a little confusing for some people, but if it is confusing, shoot us an email. We'll explain it a little bit better for you.
So what she said.
Yeah. But honestly, with all of, again, and we don't discount anyone's feelings or emotions, but if the biggest hiccup right now is I don't want to wear a mask, please don't let that be a reason to miss this ship. You really don't want to miss
the brief amount of time, the little inconvenience it offers to miss this sailing on this ship. I wouldn't pass on it, but because I've been there and done it. Yeah.
But the other thing is, and I always have to be the bearer of bad news. Hypothetically, if you're on our sailing and you were due a very generous onboard credit for the canceled last sailing, and if you are, you know that you are, if you choose to bail out of this one, you will forfeit that OBC. The onboard credit will not be banked for you. And I know it doesn't sound fair, but They have accounting nightmares they're still sorting through.
Right.
They don't want to have any open-ended financial issues moving forward. So if you don't go on the 2022
Yeah.
Mardi Gras sailing with us, you cannot transfer it to another booking. It won't be banked for the future. You do say bye-bye to it.
Right. And so that begs everybody the question, well, what is the cancellation policy right now?
Mhm.
So if you're not going to join us because you're not going to be vaccinated or because of COVID requirements and you are not sailing, you will receive a full refund at this
Mhm.
time. So if you
Right.
need to cancel because of COVID requirements, just
Right.
send us
Or
an
whatever
email.
your personal reasons are. As we
Right.
said, we're not going to discount your feelings, your emotions, and what is important to you. So if you choose to cancel, and the reason we're so late in telling you this is we just got this word on Friday.
Yeah. And we just got the other notice yesterday.
And we got the other notice
And we've
yesterday.
been shooting for a mid-October. And we know that things are evolving as we go along. Things are getting better, new remedies are coming out, everything like that. But we also wanted to sail on board the Mardi Gras and really give you our opinion, of how safe we felt and what a vacation it was.
Yeah.
And when I was on board, it's like the good old days. Like they say, they had, I don't know. It was like the good old days. I mean, we went out dancing, drinking, gambling, and had a great time.
What a joy it was to be back on the ship again.
It was unbelievable.
But guess what?
Yeah.
It's such a smooth sailing ship. You had to look out to the water
I'm
and
glad you
realize
brought
you're
that
on
up
it.
because we talked about that on board. So it's that it's natural gas propelled. It's a liquid natural gas, the LNG ship. I mean, how sometimes if you really felt, if you're one of those people, you could feel a little hum in your feet at times. This thing is smooth, no feeling whatsoever. It was just a ride and a half. We had a little bit of wind out there the one day, and geez, it's unbelievable how smooth riding of a ship it is because this new technology with the liquid natural gas that runs the ship.
Well, that's a great segue when we talk about how smooth things were. My second day, so we boarded on a Saturday. My second day was going to be a full day at sea. All right. What did it do? I can't say sun up to sundown because we never saw the sun.
Yeah.
Thunderstorms, a little bit of lightning, torrential downpour all day. So what did we do? We all headed back to Summer Landing indoors because adjacent to Guy's place is the tribute bar.
Yeah.
Which is really patriotic, really great nods, past the present service people. But it looked like a man cave, overstuffed furniture, picnic tables, card style tables, and everyone crammed in there. And there had to be 20 different TV screens, some big, some small, some big, some small, and your choice of games. So if you wanted to follow these guys or those guys, everybody was in their little enclave pulling for their team. It was super. I'm disappearing. There we go. Super fun. So speaking of games and football, as we know, we're getting the fun Pro Bowl. The
Pro Bowl with
what do we call
lots
it?
of scoring.
The All-Star game.
Yeah. So the Pro Bowl, and we've sent that notice out. That's also described. Everybody's aware of that at this time. We don't have the details on exactly what the time, the location, or anything like that because it hasn't been determined yet. So that'll be in a future update. Today, we're just kind of talking about, Carnival, the grandness of the Mardi Gras, what a great, fabulous vacation it is, what the new requirements are, safe sailing requirements. And we just wanted to pass those along.
Wait a minute. How about how cool? I know you mentioned it a while back, but how quick and easy is the muster drill?
Okay.
Woo,
So
forget it.
Oh yeah. So let's get into that real quick. They were saying from car to bar in 15 minutes. That's what they're claiming. When you pull in now, when you get dropped off at the Mardi Gras, if you'll come in at an assigned time, you'll walk right in, whisk right through, and you could be to your room in.
If you don't stop for a picture.
If you don't stop for a picture, and if you don't stop for a drink, you could be to your room in less than 15 minutes. But if you stop for a drink, guess what? They won't give you a drink because you have to go check in at your muster station before they serve you alcohol.
Oh.
Which they got that figured out. But we don't have to hide out in our room anymore when they have the muster drill, because when you go over to the muster drill, you go over to
no vest, nothing. You just show up.
You go over to where your muster area is. They scan your card, say, do you know how to put on a vest? If you do, see you later. If you don't, okay, they'll show you how to put it on, and that's it. And that's the quickness of the muster drill. Getting off the ship, it's facial recognition. So you're gonna
no forms to fill out,
you're
nothing.
gonna submit your passport when you get on board, and then when you leave, you look into an iPad and you look, green light, wing, off the ship.
Yeah.
So getting on board, getting off board at this new terminal, and the new terminal is fabulous. I put some of those pictures on Facebook. Go over to our Facebook account. It's linked up to our supercruise2022.com page, and you'll find some of that. I'll update some of the stuff we talked about. I'll update some more pictures. But anyways, that's about all we can do on our free Zoom.
Big spender.
But heck yeah. Hey, we can't wait to have you join us. It's going to be fabulous. Joanne talked about a rainy day. Remember, we sailed during hurricane season.
Yeah, I went,
you know,
we sailed September 25th.
Yeah, that's
September 26th
it's like
was all
the
rain.
rainiest month in the Caribbean. But yeah, it's going to be fabulous. The crew, I'm telling you, they can't wait to see you. It's really fantastic.
Or how about, here's where I got weepy.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course, at the end of the trip, you're looking forward to coming home. I mean, it was sad to leave, but I'm away from the old man for a little while. I'd like to come home and see him.
We've seen that before.
All of the staff are lining the hallways and they're all waving to you.
Oh, yeah.
Bye. Hope to see you soon. Thanks for sailing with us. I got a little choked up with that.
Oh yeah. And everybody boarding the ship, all the passengers, because many of us didn't sail for almost 2 years. They're screaming on the way on the ship. It's really a lot of fun. You're gonna love it. This ship is that's a true picture. That's not a model right there. I took that picture in San Juan behind us. There it is. And she's just like a huge mega yacht. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So,
well, anyway, so just give poor Donna a break, though. Please don't get on the phone. She's only one person; she can only answer. But we all have access to the email.
She's on the phone hustling calls right now.
I know that's why she's not here. But we know that everyone wants to be heard, and we want to feel special, and we're not trying to push you away, but it's really challenging to be on the phone and put one on hold and get another one and then get another one. So express your concern to us in email form. We'd hate it, but if you don't want to go or you can't go for your reasons,
just submit
it in writing to us and trust that we will be taking care of it. Carnival will get your moolah back to you. Exactly. And on
the other hand, within the next by the end of next week, within the next 10 days or so, we should be sending out final invoices. And of course, there's plenty of room left at the hotels down at Port Canaveral. Port Canaveral has been completely redesigned with this new port. I actually walked over to it. You can walk to it from the hotels that we were at if you want to go check it out the day before. But we are right there, the hotels that we have in Port Canaveral. And it's spectacular. Yeah. It's spectacular.
We can't wait to sail with this group again. We miss you so much.
Yeah. I was on there and that's all I kept talking about, different guys would be sitting here and there.
Yeah. I could picture so-and-so here and this one there.
Absolutely.
Who's your gaming buddy?
Yes.
Who's your spa buddy?
Right. So we're not going to give details on the gaming and actually what's going to go on yet because we haven't been completely, actually, they haven't had large group activities on the ship and those aren't going to resume until the end of January.
Right.
So we're just going to make sure which rooms that they're going to give us and what we're going to do. But hey.
Oh, wait a minute. And one last
thing.
thing.
Trying to say, hey, goodbye.
I know. But it's just so much.
Yeah.
So most of you know me, I'm not real techie. Who fell in love with the Carnival Hub?
Oh, yeah.
What a piece of cake to use.
Yes, we'll make sure everybody will get an update on that with your final invoices. Make sure you put the app on your phone. It's genius wherever you go. When you're in a restaurant,
texting each other, checking in for your restaurant,
checking it, or just touching it and get the menus.
All the menus
up where you're at.
Yeah, how about that? Oh, you got to take a picture of
the room
QR
service.
Code.
Yeah,
you don't need the QR code. All the menus are there.
Room service. You're somewhere on the ship laying out. You want to order a pizza? I'll deliver the pizza to you. It's
crazy.
Magic. And what's going on now? And sometimes we had a disaster like this, but in closing,
what disaster?
The COVID.
Oh, that.
Yeah, but sometimes it forces people to improve things, and the service is over the top. It's really fantastic. What's going on now, and like they've been able to institute all the hub and all this other technology that makes things go so smooth on the ship. You're gonna absolutely love it. You're gonna love it.
You will.
It's gonna be fun. A
Bye.
fun ship. Hey, gang, we'll see you later. Whoa. How do we turn this damn thing off here?